Here's your winner and the
Might be my arrogance, but ain't nobody stopping me. That's how I go when you pay for them shows and you study that pimp biology. Love for the
stuck the landing in week 2 of the great return of the Copious King. We did better this week with the intro than we did last week. Welcome back, and welcome back one more time. It is Tuesday, May 25th, 2021. It's around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's 71 degrees outside for those who may be wondering. Hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you are, whatever barometric temperature you might be enduring. So, it's been a week since we've been here and doing our thing. And, of course, I am joined by Bluebees herself for her first official stream, I believe. The one, the only, Nixie Nax.
This is my first official stream.
As the co-host, yeah.
Definitely.
Good job. You know, being here is half the battle, so, you know. It's half the goddamn battle. That's what I struggle with the most. If I just show up most of the time, things would be great.
It'll be fine. What's
great.
the worst that can happen, right?
I mean, shit, this is the part that I do easily. It's all the bullshit that getting me here, and then the anxiety of actually flipping the on switch. Other than that, I do great. Shit, in fact, I'd go as far as to say that there isn't a motherfucker on this microphone who's quite as bad as this bitch right here, and that just be the truth, kneel or be knelt. That's all I'm going to say. How are you, Nixie? How was your week?
Tiring. I had my second vaccine, which
You're fully vaccinated.
I am. I have a passport to the world, and yet I still can't go anywhere.
It means you're immortal, pretty much, right? That's what I assume. Ever since I got my second shot, I could take a bullet to the chest if I needed to.
Yeah, I mean, I assumed it was like one of those deals in Death Becomes Her. So like,
right.
Now I'm gonna live forever, and I'll patch your arm.
Viva, live forever. And then what? The best response ever in a movie was Bruce Willis. And then what?
I don't want to grow old. Everyone will die.
Hang out with those two? No thanks. That was great. By the way, welcome in everybody. Macram, Fiddleland, and the Wild Dorkachu. By the way, Dorkachu is the latest purchasee? Yes, of Trash or Treasure. Would you like to know what Wild Dorkachu bought from Trash or Treasure today?
I would like to know.
A wonderful little collection of California raisins. Some original figures from the mid 80s, and then the reproduction figures in the mid 90s. Pretty cool.
What is that? California raisins? Is it like little figurines that came with a box of raisins?
Wait. You're telling me you don't know who the fucking California raisins are?
No.
For like a whole year in like 1986, 87, it was nothing but the California fucking raisins. They had a cartoon series. They had like specials. Their whole thing was heard it through the grapevine. Get it?
Oh.
And they would always sing it. It was so funny. It was so great. I love the California. I dressed up as a California raisin for for Halloween one year.
Well, that's why I'm Googling exactly on my phone right now what they look like.
It's great.
Because I need to know
amazing.
what.
It was a big part of the mid 80s. And the figures are great. I found a whole bunch of them in Dorkachu bought them. So.
Oh my God.
And it's appropriate. They're going home to California.
They look like little poops.
They do look like little poops. I know she's from the UK, but California raisins was a global. Melanie knows Germany. If Germans know about it, these motherfuckers gotta know about it. I'm sorry, that's just a Nixie deficiency.
I'm an uncultured swine.
That uncultured swine, indeed. How dare you? How dare you, madam? Jeez, you better come fucking prepared. Jesus Christ. So. Yeah. Oh, something just happened there. I heard a noise in my ear. Sean Slaughter with the big subscribe. Sergeant Slaughter. You worm. You slime. You maggot. Are you familiar with the works of Sergeant Slaughter?
No.
Oh God, really? Okay. So let me regale you real quick. So this is going to be primarily a wrestling stream. I'm just going to warn you now. The biggest story we have is, of course, the Velveteen Dream story, which we're going to talk about here very, very, very shortly. In fact, we're going to read the whole damn thing because it's that interesting. Interesting, to say the fucking least. But Sergeant Slaughter, who has multi-fame levels because of the WWE, he was one of the top baby faces, good guys, for a while in the company, and then ultimately became one of the biggest heels ever. He was literally an American hero, at least that was his character, that he said he was an actual hero, war hero as well, that he was actually in the army. That turned out to possibly be fake. There's still some, I'll talk about that in a moment, but it seems like everything that he never served, apparently, he never actually served. That came out. It comes out every few years. Like, it came out 8 years ago originally, I think, and it was kind of like a hush tone secret. But the problem is he still goes on podcasts and talks about being a soldier, and there's no documentation of him being a soldier. And that's a little bit of a problem. But he was in G.I. fucking Joe. You know what I mean? He was a character in fucking G.I. Joe. You know, that's close to fucking enough. He did the intros for G.I. fucking Joe. Good God, man.
Yeah, I'm looking at his face right now on my phone, and yeah, I do recognize him. So he's obviously someone that I've seen somewhere along the line.
Oh yeah,
but I'm
I'm
looking at the young version of him behind it with him sitting in front of American flag.
Yeah.
He looks like American Dad. Like, is that who he was based off of? Because he's got the jawline of him.
Yeah, it's pretty great. It's pretty great. I'm not just going to start answering random fucking questions. I do have a fucking thing to do. I got a show. I got some sort of structure here. At the end, maybe I'll answer your fucking Seth Rollins question. Or maybe you can get your lazy ass into the Discord and ask the question to the copious Lord himself. I'm surly today. But yeah, Sergeant Slaughter has got quite the history. But regardless, Trash or Treasures had a week. I became a driver and then a pedestrian again in a matter of days. I bought my first.
Tell us how that happened.
I bought a moped. My roommate bought a moped off of a crackhead at the convenience store, and for like $150. And I was like, "Yo, what do you want for it?" Because he goes, "Dude, you're my dude. I'll give it to you for $150." And so I, stream talked about that. Some generosity happened. Blah, 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 blah. Then he ended up not wanting to get rid of it, or at least that's what he said. Then 2 days later, he ended up getting rid of it, or he ended up being ready to get rid of it. So I decided to go ahead and buy it. And again, everybody did not like the fact that I bought it, but I bought it. And I was fine. I only almost killed myself 7 or 8 times. And I did. You know how many times I actually killed myself?
0.
The answer's 0, Nixie. You're 100% correct. The answer is, in fact, 0 times.
Do you know why? Because you had your vaccine.
I had my vaccine. That's exactly why. I was able to the cars could not penetrate my genetic composition because of the vaccine. God bless you, Pfizer. So I had what? Huh?
You have a caller already.
Who is it?
It's Rivy. Would you like
fucking
to
wait? I'm telling a moped story. You can fucking wait for me to finish the moped story.
Right, Rivy, you're waiting.
He's waiting. Tell him to wait. Tell him to fucking wait. So, I had the moped out in front of the store for a couple of days, and it was getting all kinds of attention, ridiculous attention, and so to the point where I had to start putting a number on it. And the bike had a lot of issues. I was a little scared of it. It was missing plastic. It needed a lot of work. It wouldn't have been that bad to get done, but why? Why do it all, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, $400. I should have said $450 or $5. I still would have got it. Long story short, or long story long, rather, the guy brought his kid up and, bought the bike for $400. I feel pretty good about that, but I am going to 100% be getting another one. I'm looking for an option now. I think I might finance one. I just don't know. I'm looking for a good deal on something. If anybody knows the deal on a 50cc or under moped scooter, I need something, man, because after being mobile, I never want to be a pedestrian again. I need the wind in my hair, Nixie. I was born to be a biker. I've realized this now.
I saw your biker pics, and yeah, it was pretty hot.
Right?
So,
I was hot. I know. Can you imagine? I could bend you over a fucking bike or something. It'd be fucking great. Come on, man. Back alley type shit. Dirty biker Dave sex. That's what I need. That's gonna be my sale to anyone I take out. Does this bike look like something you can be bent over? If not, I may not be the guy for you. Biker Outlaw Dave.
I just love that it's a moped we're talking about, but we're talking
It's a
about
bike.
it like a fucking Harley, right?
It's a fucking Harley. It's an Indian. It's a chopper. It's a hog.
Just get a scooter and then buy a Harley kit, and then somehow jimmy rig the kit onto the scooter, and then it will look like you're driving a Harley.
Or I could just like write in really big letters Harley, and that's pretty much the same thing. It's the spirit. It's the spirit, and the spirit flows with me. And trust me, if you would have saw how many traffic laws I've probably violated in those 3 days of riding that fucking scooter, definitely biker outlaw. Thank God my face was covered. You don't need fucking license or plates on these things here if they're under 50cc. So yeah, I'm just like, all right, red light, no one's around. Time to go.
Oh
yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like no fucks given. It's like
Daredevil Dave.
on sidewalk, off sidewalk, back on, cross, parallel, fucking perpendicular. Doesn't fucking matter. I went crazy. You
were playing real life Grand Theft Auto with that scooter.
You know, not far from it. Not far from it. Now, I cannot have a radio. I will end up crashing. No, I was actually really good on it. All jokes aside, I did well with it. I really liked it. And I want one so badly, it's not even funny. I need to find another one. I just need to take a little time off the shop, and in the next couple of days, I'll probably be able to do that because of the rain, and go try to find one. So that's the plan. Anyway, I digress from all that shit. Let's get into the actual show. I think we yapped long enough. 12 minutes of foreplay is long enough time to get into some fucking. Nixie, you ready to fuck? Let's fuck.
I'm all damp and ready.
So what do we got? What do we? You Thank you for the moisture check. No, it was great. No, it was great. Now I'm moist. Now you got me moist. We are doing rips. We are doing. I thought I had a fucking beer left. Oh, there was a beer left in the fridge earlier, but I think my roommate drank it. I'm so mad because I was gonna drink it. I was gonna chug it on stream tonight. Fuck! I haven't done a beer chug in so long, but I'm sexy, so it's okay.
I swear to God, you still get smaller every time I look at you. You know,
I feel like I'm smaller than I was last week.
I
really do. I feel like I've lost. I don't know.
Do.
I just like it's because my face and because of all the skin. I'm gonna keep shrinking right now. And what's up, teammate? Good to see you, huh?
It's your neck. Your neck is like shroom.
I'm gonna keep shrinking because I have so much skin and everything, and it's still shrinking in. So I still look really big for 235 pounds. My body is gonna start looking like a 235 pounder again. Holy shit! There's a Zion Smith in my chat. Is there a Zion Smith in any of your chats? I don't fucking think so. God damn, we got a Zion Smith in my chat. Stuttering Kiwi as well. How you doing? That's an old. You have no idea what I just.
I have
that's one of my oldest fucking isms ever. Zion Smith. Because chest pounding for no reason is the best type of chest pounding. So every time I would see like a weird name or something I hadn't always seen, I'd make a big deal about it. I have a Zion in my chat. Do you think that Bruce Blitz has a Zion in his fucking chat? I don't fucking think so.
Well, goddamn.
Needless chest pounding.
Needless, but fun.
Exactly. It's good times. But regardless, yes, I'm struggling from shrinkage. The one time I'm okay with this level of shrinkage. By the way, the one thing that you guys did not get to be a part of, if you haven't come over to Twitch, is the birthday. I had a birthday the other day. I didn't come here for my birthday, did I?
Not on
No,
YouTube. Didn't you accidentally open up YouTube? And
I
then
may
you
have
were like,
accidentally opened up YouTube, but usually this is probably the first year since I've had a YouTube I did not do a birthday stream here. I didn't even think to do it here. It's so weird.
Oh, so you used to do them
Always
on,
do it here. Always do it here. Never did it. It was always here. This was always the big one to do it here. So, yeah, 38. I turned 38 on the 21st. Thank you for everybody who sent the birthday love. I do appreciate your faces. If you missed it, you suck. And I had like the worst birthday ever. And it was probably because of you.
May. Still May. You can still redeem yourself.
You could still redeem yourself in the eyes of the copious Lord. This is true.
You could. It is the birthday month.
All right, what do we got this week? What are we talking about today?
Okay, so the main story today is When the Dream Ends.
That's right.
So, obviously, you know, and everyone here probably knows, I'm not the wrestling expert in the chat.
No.
I'm the wrestling noob.
Yes.
However, even I have read this guy's statement that he released today, which I was going to have on screen, and I've totally lost it.
Well
Thankfully,
well
Fake sent it to me. So I have it all here.
That's good. Yeah, it's this whole situation is pretty insane. Now, how much do you actually know about Patrick Clark?
So I know that he's a young that he's like 21, isn't he, or something?
No, he's not 21 anymore. He's probably 23 or 24 now.
Okay, but he's, where did I read? He's got like the title of like the youngest wrestling something or other.
He was the youngest participant on Tough Enough, the last iteration that they did. He is 25 now. He's still impossibly young. He was like 19 and shit when he was on Tough Enough or something like that. He was incredibly young. He didn't win Tough Enough, but this guy is huge. They have him at like 6'5". In reality, he's about a 6'2", 6'3" guy, about 220 pounds of solid fucking muscle. He's long, he's lean, he's really, really athletic. He was good on the indies. Not the best talker. Not the he had charisma issues, or at least it seemed like it. It seemed like he struggled with that aspect, and it didn't look like he was going to get over the hump. And then he debuted this character, the Velveteen Dream, and he created the character. And we'll talk about this in a moment, because we're going to read the entire thing that he put out today, because I think it's interesting. It's interesting. He created this character right when Prince died. Not knowing much about Prince, and I wasn't sure this character was going to work. It was bizarre. It was weird. We've had these type of things in the past, and they don't typically work. But what he was able to do was turn it a little bit, and he brought all these different personalities kind of into the character, and these different mannerisms, and he made something amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. The Velveteen Dream was an incredible performer and an incredible entertainer, and he's an amazing athlete. It was great to have him in NXT. It would have been nice to see how big this kid could have got, because it seemed like he had it all. Everything you wanted, this kid had.
Yeah.
A couple years ago. Oh, go ahead.
I did have to chuckle when I was reading the article that when I was doing a little bit of research earlier, and I did have to chuckle because when he said it was after Prince died, he's literally based a lot of the characters' aspects on Prince, and all I could think of was that Dave Chappelle skit with Prince.
Yeah.
And then the who was it? Kevin Smith with the Prince story.
Yeah. So
like, to me, I not knowing this guy, all I can envision is those versions of Prince. But in a wrestling way, and I'm like with the basketball skit where he's like,
humping the basketball. No. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It's that's part of the reason what got him over. Yeah, honestly, because he was like that version of Prince. It felt like. So, yeah, I think you were very much in the majority on that. A couple of years ago, there started being some troubling rumblings. Nothing substantiated, but these pedophilia, essentially, for lack of a better term, kid diddling or talking to kids, underage activity. But there was a lot of different stories. There was a lot of different things that were coming out. There were many different versions, and he was not addressing any of it. And the WWE was acting weird. They'd pull him from TV, and then they'd bring him back and push him, and then they'd pull him. It was like very, very strange. It was incredibly weird. It seemed like the evidence was starting to come out, and then he would be back on TV. He'd be back at a major angle. So it felt like WWE knew more than what was being said and just simply didn't buy into it. But we don't know exactly what happened, mainly because Patrick Clark hasn't said a fucking word this entire time. Even after being released, he hasn't said anything.
Yeah.
Until today.
But I find that I find that interesting.
Fake. First off, I thought the first allegation stemmed back from fucking 2019. First off, asshole, you can suck a nut with all your fucking shit. So, yeah. A couple years ago, asshole. What a fucking dick. What a fucking dick he is. You hear him? You see what his little shit? Fucking Jesus.
Goddamn, hang on.
Oh, he makes me. I want to punch him. I just want to punch him. Right in his stupid head. He met the guy in like 2017. All the fucking allegations fucking were back from then. And they were rumblings coming out in late 2019. You shithead. I'm going to punch that idiot right in the face. Right in the face.
Oh, anyway. Yeah, the character would debut during the summer of 2009 and start stalking Aleister Black.
What are you doing?
I have an article up that was sent to me, and I'm just scanning it information. I had a point, and I've totally fucking forgotten it.
Oh, good job. Nice job for getting the point.
God damn it. Well, I wasn't expecting Fake to pipe in and...
It's all he does is pipe in, because he doesn't get piped.
But,
So, what I want to do is I want to read this entire thing from him.
Okay.
And do you have something?
No, you're
If you got something, go.
No, that's what I was saying. I was saying about it being interesting that he decided not to say anything.
Yeah, he just... Sometimes that's the best thing you can do.
Well, exactly. In today's social media, especially, where everybody's doing my truth, like everyone's posting videos, and it just becomes ridiculous. Like, maybe this was the smartest way to go, was to not say anything.
I have the wrong fucking frame up.
You what now?
I have the wrong frame up.
Oh, yeah, you do have Trash or Treasure. I didn't even click. I mean, does it matter?
I guess it doesn't really matter.
I mean, the chat's working and everything.
Everything is working. Everything was fine until
God damn it,
fucking
Rivy.
River started talking.
God damn it, Rivy.
Well, you could say where it fucking stemmed from. He met the fucking kid in 20... I'm going to read the goddamn statement, and then you can see why I said a few years ago. Let me read the fucking statement where he talks about meeting the kid in fucking 2017 and 2018. I don't care when the fucking official things... I'm saying rumblings, rumors were starting to fucking be spread. Things where you were starting to hear things at the end of 2019. And that's what the fucking reality is. So maybe now I can read it and you can get the fucking facts of it before you try to fucking shoot holes through it. Okay? Okay? Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Well, Rivy. Yeah, punch him in the stupid face. Stream fails. What fail did I stream? What did we fail now? I thought trash. Oh, the layout. I could just go to the DEADONDAVE layout, though.
Well, I mean, does this... Oh, just do what you want.
I don't know. Well, now it's been derailed. It's been derailed now. I can't deal with it. Now I have to make a choice. Instead of just going on the nice show, now I gotta fucking make a choice.
Oh, here we go. It's all Rivy's fault.
Rivy, sometimes it's better to shut up.
It was all...
Everything was fine. Everything was fine. It was all good. It didn't matter that it was trash or treasure. Then Rivy's like, hey, let's steer this off a cliff. And he knows it. I'm like Ron Burgundy. You start talking to me live, I'm going to talk back to you. Yeah. Every fucking time. You know it's going to derail me. You know it is. Come on, you know it is. I am keeping it. I'm not changing it. I'm keeping it now with a big thumb right on there. It's a nice layout. No, it sucks. Whoever made it is an asshole.
Whoever made it should make more frames.
No, he should never make a fucking frame again. He's banned. He's banned from everything. I don't know. He's not banned. All right, let's read the goddamn thing. All right. So he dropped this today. The allegations from April... Wait. Did I click on the right thing? There we go. The allegations from April 20, 2020 have effectively derailed any upward momentum I had professionally, and I was ultimately resulted in my termination with WWE. My name is Patrick Clark, not the Velveteen Dream. Velveteen Dream is a character that I have spent years developing and trying to bring to life. The success of the Dream character relied heavily on kayfabe, my ability to blur Patrick Clark from Tough Enough with this over-the-top personality. That is an incredibly fucking important opening paragraph.
Oh, yeah,
he
definitely.
He sets up his entire defense in those 3 sentences. The entire defense right there.
Yep.
Right there. Talking about when he goes to great lengths to talk about the Dream character, Patrick Clark, and the Blur. Now, here's the thing. Now, for a lot of people, when they read that, because it does feel like manipulation. It feels like you're trying to put the cart before the horse, and you're already trying to get people to start pre-thinking something. And they don't like that nowadays. They automatically start detecting bullshit. The problem for Patrick Clark is this could be very fucking true. This could be 100% true for him. He could be saying this and meaning it because he seems like that type of guy. He really, truly does. The artistic type. He seems to be an old school type of cat when it talks for... and why is he still going? Why is he still fucking going? He still had to fucking go again. You are trying to derail, and you've successfully done it, or you would have just let me continue on with the fucking show. Next time, just do what a normal person would do. Send me a little message since the fucking show isn't suffering at all, and don't do anything else because it's a live show and not a Twitch stream. And I've said this to you a million times, so I'm not even going to fucking feel bad about being a little bit more fucking heavy-handed this time. Just fucking tell me privately. Yeah, I put up the wrong frame, but was there anything wrong with it? No, everything was fucking fine. In fact, you could have even thought that maybe I did it on purpose to promote Trash or Treasure since I talked about it, but I'm not a dishonest person, so I'm not going to take credit for it because I didn't. I'm getting real tired of people trying to make everything about themselves. It's getting really fucking annoying. Anyway, any fucking way. Would you like to come in and continue? Is there anything else you'd like to fucking do? I mean, since we've already fucking devoted enough time, we might as well continue. Anything else? I'm just saying. Anything else? That's fucking time. Making me smoke
Next
a
time,
fucking bowl. God
just
damn.
message me, and I'll make a judgment call.
Send it to fucking the producer. Send it to the producer. Talk to Nixie. Stop talking to me, because you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to fuck with you. That's what I'm going to do. I'm a lunatic. And you're going to get lunatic shit. Talk to the producer. She's the one who's supposed to be keeping me in fucking line. Talk to her. Don't talk to me. And assume anything I do is just fucking on purpose. Just my own brilliance. And accept it. Don't question it live anymore. You don't have to. Everything I do, infallible. Infallible.
Now, before I make you both sit down and write your truths out, shall we continue?
No, there's only one fucking truth, and it's you don't interrupt the fucking streamer with stupid shit. That's it. There's the one truth. See it? There's the one right fucking there. Right fucking there. Actually, you can interrupt the streamer. You don't interrupt the fucking talk show host. You fucking asshole. Actually, I missed this. This is great. I need this rage in my life because I can't yell at anybody else in my life. So I can yell at you guys. And for some reason, Rippy still likes me. I yell at him all the time. But he really deserves it. Carl deserves it. Faith deserves it. When you get it, you deserve it. You guys got to understand. You're all assholes. And I have to deal with you. Have a little sympathy for me. Would you please? Am I asking too much, Nixie? I don't think I am.
I mean, we all know this is a Dave Tatership.
It's a goddamn dictatorship. It's not a Dave-mocracy. That's exactly right. Somebody gets it. Somebody understands. It's not a Dave-mocracy. Thank you, Nixie. You still there? I couldn't hear you.
I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm
That's
pouring
right.
passive aggressively pouring some Pepsi.
How does one passive aggressively pour Pepsi?
You put it right next to the mic and you go,
oh, is that what you're doing? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
You know what the funny thing is?
You can
I
hear
can
it?
see that as being passive aggressive. I actually fucking like that. That's fucking great, man.
Well, welcome to the female psyche. We can make everything passive aggressive.
Teammate, Jesus fucking Christ, I got shit to do. So can we get to the meat and potatoes here? No, here. In fact, there you can have a timeout. You can have a nice little timeout for overstepping in the presence of the Lord. Why didn't you? Why didn't you go on timeout?
Shit.
Dave Tater shit.
It's on Dave time.
Oh, I think I timed him out twice now. Love you, Team Maker. You know, that's my oldest friend. Yeah, I've known him longer than I've known him like 20 years. Like literally 19 years. I met him like 19 years ago. I timed him out twice. Oh shit! I gave. Can we time him back in on this? I don't think you can. All Nixie did was make me want to go have soda.
Oh my god. Sorry. There's a moth.
No, I want to take more time now. He agitated me. The character was conceptualized. See, again, he goes right into the whole thing about the character. The character was conceptualized the day Prince passed, April 21st, 2016. I knew nothing about him at that time. I find that interesting. But my thing was that I could use my interpretation of Prince to create an on-screen personality vastly different from who I am as a person. Cue Velveteen Dream. There's a problem with that sentence to me.
That you didn't know, that he didn't know who Prince was.
Right. If you didn't know anything about him at the time, how can you conceptualize a character about him? That doesn't make sense to me. There seems to be something missing. So I feel he misspoke here. I feel he didn't want to say the reality. I was watching the Dave Chappelle Prince skit and got inspired. Because that's the only way you can make a character about Prince but not know who Prince is in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No, I totally agree. It just made me think of earlier today when you said that you had to explain... on air, on doing a Trash or Treasure Live, Dave had to explain to a young lad who Justin Timberlake was.
Justin Timberlake! J-Timmy! JTT! No, that's Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Sorry, what?
Justin fucking Timberlake. Really?
Sexy
Are we
bad.
that old?
Cry me a river, ho.
Buy me a liver, oh.
Oh, wow. That's not nice. That's not nice.
Yeah, I know.
Hi, Team Maker, still on timeout, probably. He's going to be on timeout for a while. He doesn't get many timeouts, though. But nobody fucking prods the king along. Unless you're trying to get me to come quicker. That's a different story altogether. A sexually ambiguous, gender-fluid, self-absorbed Devo. That's a new one. I've never heard Devo. And as I learned more about Prince, I began to tame certain aspects of the character, aspects that I deemed way over the top and inconsistent with who Prince was as a performer. Now, that is very, very true. If you go back to the early days of Velveteen Dream, he was far more sexual and weird, and there was no point to him. It was just to be weird. It felt that was all there was to it. Now, before I unpack, I will say I've enjoyed the many stories I've been able to share on camera, and I'm grateful to the many people who trusted me with their safety and wellness. That's a very good line there, especially for the wrestling industry. Thank you to any and everybody who enjoyed and allowed me to be my character. Whether you paid a ticket or walked up to me in Walmart, my goal was to provide you with the same escape that I was afforded when I first started watching. My job was to play a character and to help advance storylines and drama for the fans who cared to tune in. I take any job I have seriously, which is why I remain silent about these allegations. To me, addressing rumors would be working against an already compromised ability to sell a character I invested in so heavily. After I had been accused, I was given the opportunity to be in a storyline that lasted a few months, and I worked in a few segments unrelated to the story arc. But now I feel comfortable in this position to share with you the details of my accusations. So I think that is actually a pretty good explanation as to why he hasn't spoke to this point. I think we're used to people getting out in front of stuff and putting their foot in their mouth most of the time when doing it, that we don't want to buy that people will simply keep their fucking mouth shut until they really need to start going on the offensive. And when you add into the fact that he is a character actor, and he obviously is, I don't think there's any doubt of that at this point, that it would make sense that he would keep. I can't recall him making tweets out of character. I can't recall him making appearances out of character. He's not one of those wrestlers who has an on-screen name and then his real name as his Twitter handle. There are people who do that. He's not one of them. You know?
So he's saying that what he's done is he's kept it all to himself because he doesn't want to hurt the character that he's built, because he wants the character to be the main persona and then he's in the background.
Yeah.
But then in the statement before that, he was saying about how it needs to be remembered that one is an actual person and the other person is a character.
Right.
Okay. So, right. Yeah.
So, but that tracks though. That's again.
Oh, yeah, I mean, if he really, I mean, he's, from what I gathered, I know I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but from what I gathered from reading the whole thing, he's very much someone who's come from watching it and being a fan of it his entire life, come up, and he's like, I want to help other people get to this point. I want to, I love the industry, so I want to keep the character going. I want everybody to, to not have the character marked by it, or like not have the character affected by it,
right? But
then also now
because it takes away from it. His problem and what he didn't count on is that it didn't matter if he talked about anything or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It didn't matter. It didn't matter. People were booing him. People were creeped out by him being on camera. All of this stuff. You know what I mean? There was that one tweet he made. I don't even remember that tweet, but he didn't do this. He didn't do this.
Oh no, I highly doubt he did anything like this.
This is a manifesto fake. This is a manifesto.
If you can find the receipt, fake, send it to me.
Good Lord.
Otherwise, it's not worth talking about.
The night of April 20th, from my verified Instagram account, I posted a story to my followers letting them know that I had my DMs open. I received a few different messages ranging from support to heckling and some inquiring about how to get into pro wrestling. I responded to a few, but not all, of the... Oh, wait. Oh, my cat just sneezed. It was funny. I lost my spot. Account accused me of solicitation. I responded to a few, but not all. And at the and one, okay, that's not me. That's his grammar error. And one of the few I responded to, one account accused me of solicitation, asking for something. The account belonged to a 17-year-old aspiring wrestler, Jacob. Before he deleted it, in the conversation, Jacob shared his interest in working as a wrestler one day and asked what steps would be required. I messaged a short list of things he should consider if he was serious. Physique and promo to start. Physique, because as an independent contractor, no one is going to make you train and eat in a way that creates the aesthetic of a believable pro wrestler. And promo, because our job is to sell drama, and you can't rely on someone flipping channels to stop to watch a choreographed fight. You're more likely to grab their attention looking into a camera with a strong and impassioned 30-second monologue. I also inquired about which schools he was closest in relation to wrestling training, his weight, and his height.
Okay.
Yeah. This one set off some bells.
So this is where he really started to sort of grey the line a little bit, because you really shouldn't be asking a 17-year-old about where they go to school for a start.
Well, he wasn't. No. He
that's
wasn't asking what school he was going to. He was asking wrestling schools. He was asking what wrestling schools were in relation to where he lived. That's what he wasn't asking what school he went to. But everything else, like even the questions, it's not even the questions that he was asking is what's raising a little bit of a bell to me. It's the fact that he's bringing it up at all. And he's bringing it up in the context of, he's using it to explain solicitation. What he didn't do was explain what the solicitation was. And I don't think that he ever does. I don't think he ever talks about what he was exactly accused of from Jacob. Now, I'm guessing from him talking about the things that he was asking about, height, weight, looks, he asked for a picture. Now, that can be innocuous. That doesn't have to, that could track with this story. But I find it interesting he didn't mention it, because what did he ask for? What's the solicitation? That's what I want to know. That's what we don't know. That like the rest of the story, that's what I want him to address. I want to know what the solicitation was. Jacob explained how anxious he felt messaging me and asked me to verify that it was really me. I did find it strange because I have a blue check, but as a lifelong fan, I remember meet and greets in the days I would message wrestlers hoping to be seen. So I chalked it up to innocence, and I sent a voice message in my Velveteen Dream voice, as to keep kayfabe. The full voice message has me asking Jacob about his height, weight, where he trained, and what school he attended. Which Jacob answered back with a voice message, and I continued to answer his questions until I politely wrapped up the conversation. April 21st, I woke up to notifications and tags and created screenshots and videos of a conversation I didn't have with Jacob. Yeah, this is the one that happened last year. The Jacob one is the one that happened last year. I believe that's what he's referring to, April of last year, I believe. Not this year. I don't think there was another one this year. I believe this was last year. Immediately, conversation I didn't have with Jacob. I immediately contacted WWE's talent relations and social media departments as to begin an investigation. Even after the investigation, WWE released a statement maintaining my innocence. The part that hurt for me was having a personal picture that I've used in my personal life on apps being used to label me as a predator. I am in no way of the word a predator. This is the first and only time I've been accused of any solicitation to anyone. Now, this one, much better fucking thing. I felt this one, he really started to go on the offensive here. He talks about this is where he explains that things were faked. He's saying the conversations that we were seeing did not happen. That is what he's saying. He doesn't say it clearly enough, but in the middle of that paragraph right there, that's what he explains. He says that he woke up to created screenshots and videos of a conversation that I didn't have with Jacob. So he's saying this is fake. This is forged. This is bullshit. That's what he's saying there. That's another thing that I don't remember hearing about.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just letting you continue because there's a point I want to make, but it kind of comes, the two paragraphs combined, so it's easier to finish this bit first.
Until I was accused of grooming by Joshua Fuller. Now, this is the one that I was talking about from a few years back. Now, I remember a few years ago, there was something going around, and I can't remember who was talking about it, but we were getting something about Velveteen Dream before the next thing fucking popped. That's what I remember. I don't remember. I just remember rumblings. I don't remember anything fucking 100% concrete. I don't remember an article. I just remember reading some fucking rumblings. There's a lot of really bad dirt sheets out there that every so often they'll have some things, they pick up crumbs before anybody else fucking hears about it. So, but that's what this one covers. Until I was accused of grooming by Joshua Fuller. Unlike Jacob, I know Josh. I met Josh after. Now, I found he was very forthcoming with this. I found it interesting. I met Josh after my stint on Tough Enough 2015 at a meet and greet, and we developed a friendship through a mutual trainer at GXW, another wrestling promotion. Josh shared to Twitter screenshots of the first time we communicated through text, an autographed picture from when we met, and an extremely contradictory story. Josh alleged that I made him feel uncomfortable, but contradicts himself twice by saying I was never sexual towards him. For those willing to research Josh's tweets accusing me, Josh's messages are in blue and mine in gray. Josh claimed that he was a 16-year-old high school graduate and that he takes yearly trips with his friends to Orlando, Florida. I doubted what he told me, yet I kept my replies diplomatic and professional. The reality of the situation is that I was very helpful and respectful to Josh. Josh lives with his grandparents in rural southern Maryland. Josh got a concussion in 2017 and, against my advice, insisted on wrestling. My worry came from Josh severely injuring himself, specifically his brain. I suggested he take time off from training to see a doctor. He declined because he believed he could work through the concussion, and I cut all communication with him in 2018 because I didn't want to be partially responsible had he worsened his injury. So to have him accuse me of predatory behavior because I chose not to help was spiteful. Go ahead, Nixie, because I got something to say after this as well.
Okay, so the problem that I'm seeing with this, is that he already had one issue with a 17-year-old. And like you said, he doesn't specifically get into too many details on what actually, what he is being accused of.
Not with Jacob. Not with Jacob.
No. With Jacob, he's not specifying, but he's very forthcoming on to saying what he's been with Joshua. But was it Josh? Whatever.
Josh was the second guy.
Yeah. So with this Jacob kid, you'd think if you'd had this kind of interaction with a 17-year-old before, it got you in trouble. Do you not think that logic in your mind would make you say, right, you know what, maybe I shouldn't, maybe it's not my place.
Because remember, Josh was before Jacob. Remember, these are flip-flopped in time. So one accusation came after the other, but the second one was chronologically before the first.
But either way, if you've been accused...
Not if he didn't think he was doing anything wrong, he wouldn't. I mean, if the stories are the way that he's saying they are, he didn't do anything wrong. Wrestlers help underage fucking up-and-coming wrestlers all the time. There's nothing abnormal about it. Meet and greets, people helping. There's nothing abnormal about it. I fucking had a similar story. I went to a wrestling academy because of somebody that I met at a wrestling event. I went to All American Wrestling Academy because of somebody that I met at a WWE show.
I don't know. Maybe it's completely different here. But if when we have athletes come to schools and stuff and do talks and take kids, if kids want to do football or whatever, then they take them on a program, and that's where these older registered actual proper athletes can then communicate with these kids all under a supervised program, if you know what I mean. So there's never this back and forth.
Wrestling's a little different. Especially in the independent levels, because it's not a professional sport. It's more like a circus. It's more like a carnival. You don't exactly ask permission to run away and join the fucking circus, do you?
No, okay.
Exact same concept. But regardless of any of that, I do understand what you were trying to say. Maybe you should be a little bit smarter if you've already been accused. But honestly, I don't even think that's the right thing to take away from this paragraph. I think potentially this paragraph is the smoking gun that can get him in trouble.
The Joshua one.
Oh yeah, I think this is the one where he wrote such a good manifesto and everything that he said, except for this paragraph. He talks about
gets emotional.
Huh?
He gets emotional in this one.
He gets incredibly emotional, but not only that. So he talks about the contradicting story that Josh is running on him, but the very fact that he goes to such lengths about caring about the well-being of this kid, which again, not abnormal in and of itself. It's not. But where it does get a little bit more abnormal, to where I think the normal person starts to question the type of relationship they have, is when he cuts all contact with him for not listening to him. That's boyfriend shit. That's controlling stuff.
That is controlling.
That's grooming stuff. Don't do now. It also doesn't necessarily have to be. I think we've all been in situations where, man, this motherfucker just simply will not listen. If he doesn't listen, he's gonna fucking like. Here's a good example. If you ever had like a friend who just continues to drink and drive, and just will not fucking listen to you, it's like at some point,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to cut him out of your fucking life, right? I mean, like, you can't just continue to do it. You're gonna have to. He's gonna fucking die. And if you don't, you might feel a little bit responsible because you didn't say anything. You just went along with a bad idea that you knew you shouldn't have. You know what I mean? It's It could be that. But in the context of all of this, it feels like more. It feels like he really cares about this kid, which feels a little weird because of the big blur that he was trying to make. Why get this emotional? Is it because Patrick Clark now lives? Is that because that's his last line? We'll talk about that too. It just feels very weird. I don't. You don't think that's controlling, T-Mac?
No, I do. I do think.
I think no. T-Mac said that's not controlling at all. I wouldn't say. I think it could be controlling, but I also think it could be the other thing as well. But that also could be a very, very easy form of manipulation. Very, very easy. Using an ultimatum to try to get somebody to make a decision is a form of manipulation. And unfortunately, we're not inside of his head. That's what I'm trying to say. It's that type of a ultimatum that you give somebody that you would typically only give to somebody with an intimate type of relationship. So that's my point. I think what he says here gives you the ability to maybe question the type of relationship they have. And if you can question that and possibly start to believe that maybe there's a little bit more here that comes out in the coming months as well, that paints them in a different picture, well, this does turn into manipulation. This does turn into grooming. This is a kid we're talking about. This is a young teenager, even when he turns 18. This is a young teenager. And Patrick Clark might be young as well, but he's got power over this kid. And he's got a way into the WWE. Those are things to leverage. Those are things to offer. Those are pro quo. I would be for that.
I would be very interested to see, like, because he says in the big tweet that he says about if anybody's researching these tweets, Josh's messages are in blue and mine are in grey. I'd be very interested to see those.
Yeah.
Because that to me is a big, like, you could probably tell by the way they read, but then
they're not too damning, overall. I mean, like, from what I remember when I read them when they first came out, or when they saw them, it wasn't too bad. It's just, again, it's one of those situations. This is why I hate these stories sometimes so much, because you have to do a little bit of mind reading. You got to do, but when typically you got to do mind reading because the information that you get isn't explicit enough. They're not telling you enough. We don't have that problem here. In fact, he may have said too much. He may have gone too far, because if you're trying to, and maybe this is just him trying to own it, but if you're trying to show a big separation of person and character and being in control of, I don't know if showing as much emotion towards the second accusation simply because you know him or had a previous relationship with him is the smartest idea to try and prove your point. That's what I mean by all that. Make sense?
Yeah.
All right.
Go
ahead.
One place where I think he's hung himself a little bit too is more where he says, the first time that we communicated through text. No, wait, not that one.
You can absolutely groom somebody without being sexual, but you know the context of which this is being called.
Yeah.
I'm not using grooming in the fucking dog fucking poofing term either. What other term am I going to be using grooming for? In this case, it's sexual. There's something he's being accused of, a sexual fucking thing. There's a sexual nature here. That's what he's being accused of. I know grooming has another connotation, but that doesn't matter here because that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about this situation where there is context. So I don't have to stop and reiterate every fucking word when we're talking about it in fucking context. Anything else? Would you like to come in? Anything else?
Yeah, remember, guys, we are taking callers in if you have an opinion and you want Dave to
No,
hear
we're
it.
taking everybody's but Riveters. Anything else?
But
Anything else? Sorry. Here, Fake found the text for you.
Oh, thank you, Fake.
Here, let me finish this thing up. You got something else real
Okay.
quick?
No, it's fine.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that from a standpoint of with the way that the internet is today as well, I think he might have hung himself by saying Josh alleged that I made him feel uncomfortable, but contradicts himself twice by saying I was never sexual towards him. Yeah. But you can't say in today's world.
No, you're right.
You can't say what makes someone feel uncomfortable and what doesn't. And
no, it's not even that. It's not even that. It's not even that. You can't say that. You can't say just because he doesn't say I was sexual towards him that he can't feel uncomfortable. That's what you can't say. That's a much more important. Like, that is what pisses these fucking new crazy people off. Like, how dare you? You don't know how I feel. If you sneeze, I might get sexually aroused. How dare you? So you can't win that fucking fight. You cannot even begin to fucking approach it because you're going to die on that hill because you're going to start ice skating backwards. You're wearing roller skates going uphill. Ice skates on a fucking snow mountain. You're going backwards. Hate to tell you.
And I think if he's going to get people come with him with a fine-tooth comb to pick at him, that's where they're going to start. They're going to start on you don't get to decide.
Absolutely.
So
because they're gonna try and but here's the thing. This is another situation where people who are going, and these are the type of people who really get into these type of stories. We're going to start throwing around the word predator and grooming and manipulation, narcissist, all those type of things. Because when you start talking about it, anything and everything starts to become manipulation. And even that, he is trying to manipulate the whole fucking narrative here by saying and telling you, because Josh says that I never did anything sexual towards him, that he can't possibly feel awkward about anything that we did. That is a non sequitur. They're two things that simply don't connect. But you're trying to make them connect by saying something that you're using the word sexual and saying you didn't use it to simply use that to try and make that the defense. Because this gets said, I feel that's too hard of a way to go. Putting that out there, it just feels like you're putting a target on your back. It's too easy to take apart, especially if there's anything that can read on the other side. You know what I mean?
Yep, definitely.
It just feels like it. It feels very, very strange. Josh and Jacob are two of the many people that I've helped, yet these are the only two who have found me to be malicious and predatory in how I go about helping others. What wasn't shared at the time, Josh Fuller reached out to Jacob over social media. Now, this is important. Josh Fuller reached out to Jacob over social media before Josh put out his own accusation. When this came out, Josh Fuller temporarily deleted his Twitter account. Now, straight off, listen to me, Patrick Clark. That was the first fucking thing you should have said. You should not have buried this. This is the most important fucking thing in your whole manifesto. This should have been the meat of your argument. This should not one fucking bullet point. This is where you should have focused on. Not all the I've known this kid for so long and I was worried about as well. Fuck all of that. Josh Fuller reached out to Jacob over social media. Josh temporarily deleted his Twitter account. They did this. You can connect dots that way. There's a much more stronger connection that you can point to one accuser going to another before the other one fucking makes his story. And that could still be taken apart too, to be fair. That could be, now, if you can say that these two somehow knew each other outside and that's why they were able to confide in each other. But from what I know, they don't. They don't. You know, which that is sus. That's where you need to focus. Not all this other bullshit that can be taken apart much more easily. Which is important, he goes on to say, because in all the social media confusion, Josh Fuller is the only one who suggested that an investigation had not been done and that he had not been contacted. Jacob deleted his social media after he was outed for being a member of an anti-black group chat. That's petty to put in. That's petty to put in. But it could also be, but it does start to build a narrative. Now we might be talking about people who are on the internet that might be racist. Maybe this was a plan to try and fuck with. Now that's a little bit of a thin stretch here for some people, but this is why I don't like that he put these bullet points at the end. They're too fucking scattered. And the last one, this is a public forum, WWE LPSG stars, where people are buying, selling, and sharing explicit photos and videos of multiple wrestlers, and no one has done anything to have the site taken down. It feels like he tried to put a lot in those 4 little blurbs, and he was just throwing stuff there, you know. The first one is so good, and I feel it should have been more of the emphasis of the entire story. After that, it starts to go a little, you start questioning why put it in there. Is it important? And if it is important enough to put it in there, why are you not building on it a little bit more? Don't let us start connecting our own dots, because we're going to start thinking that you're an asshole.
Yeah, it doesn't ever look good in the accused's favor.
No,
it never looks good.
Not to go on. I mean, not without more. If you're just going to throw it out, it's kind of a waste. It's a bullet. It's an ammo. All these things are ammunition.
Exactly. He's literally set the whole story up about telling, but look at me, I've done all these good things. Therefore, he could be seen as emotionally manipulating the reader to think, well, he's a saint. He's reached out to these poor kids who didn't have anyone to talk to, and he's done this, and he's done, oh, by the way, here's the serious information, and they're bullet points.
Right.
Like that's completely unbalanced his entire thing
let's finish it up here too, because this is 100%
You've got 2
true.
callers, by the way.
What's that? Okay, we'll get to him in a second. All in all, this entire experience defamed my character and ultimately accomplished what it sought out to do, and that was to see me released. My hope is that over time, people can put 2 and 2 together and realize that all the allegations surrounding me were baseless and untrue from the jump. I felt strongly about not needing to defend myself on social media for a while now, but I understand the audience I work for, and those who know me deserve clarity. I'm thankful for the opportunities offered to me and for the memories I have as a receipt. God has always had me, and he always will. Dream is officially over. But Patrick Clark lives to fight another day. Yeah, probably in court, more than likely, if I had to guess. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
And like I said a minute ago, like it just he started so thorough and so strong, but it's all in the emotional manipulation points that he is coming forward very thorough, whereas the spots where the actual information are all vague.
Very.
So,
and if you're gonna wait as long as you did, you're gonna start talking about, if you're gonna put in anything where you're building your narrative, like this guy's a racist or this guy contacted this guy, you have to build more. Why have a bullet point when the first paragraph should have had that and then the receipts of those 2 contacting each other? You know what I mean? Like this should have been handled completely different. Like the order of it is just weird. It feels like the whole point of that last sentence is Patrick Clark lives. Then why are you still being so fucking theatric in your first real statement over a very serious accusation that costs you your fucking job? I'm not saying that he did anything. I'm not saying this is one time where I am honestly not fucking sure. And I'm not sure that part of my uncertainty isn't because of the character.
Yeah. Which
and
is
why
I
feel a little bad about that.
Like, at the beginning he's like, oh, but this is one character and this is me, and then so now you can kind of
it in the fucking
same
in his manifesto. You know, like he does it to me. He still acts theatric with the way that he goes about it. He doesn't act like somebody who's trying to defend himself from a serious attack. He sounds like somebody who's trying to convince people that he's a good fucking guy.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
people that have to fight super, super hard and say, I did this, I am a good person, are not always the most well-intentioned people.
Well, you can do that too, but I don't think you can do it first. Not when you have a bullet like, this motherfucker contacted this motherfucker before that motherfucker made his accusation. That's important.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, you can go as far as to say, if you wanted to, that that's the most important thing. Everything else is bullshit. None of it else matters. Not one other fucking word in the entire statement really matters. Because if that thing is true, if one convinced the other to make an accusation, then that's the only thing that matters here. And that's what he needs to be focusing on. And the only reason for not focusing on it is because you got fucking nothing. Or you can't legally, which is possible too. But I doubt that at this point.
Yep.
I just don't know. It's unfortunate because from a selfish wrestling standpoint, Patrick Clark, the Velveteen Dream, that character, that could have been, he had Undertaker vibes to me. Not in the same type of gimmick, but there's every so often there's a gimmick that's so stupid or bizarre or just nonsensical for one reason or another, and just in concept, the Undertaker was very that. An undead mortician that fucking was first brought by a $1 million asshole. It was just so weird.
Yeah.
It was just, you know what I mean? It just.
I mean, you don't even have to know anything about wrestling to know who the Undertaker is. You just say it, and then everyone knows. He's become legend.
These gimmicks don't typically work. They take a. That's my point. They take a special character, and Velveteen Dream was that. Velveteen Dream, I think, is the type of athlete, the type of character, and that was the type of persona that was just going to keep building. Like, there was something there with that. It was a gimmick that it was like the New Day. You know, the New Day shouldn't have worked. It was looking to fail, and then it just found a way. And that was the same thing the Velveteen Dream happened. So, and the Undertaker's in the same kind of vein. They're rare. They're rarer than hen's teeth. And it's a goddamn shame that we're going to be deprived of that, because I don't think there's a coming back from this. I do think he will wrestle again, but I don't think that we're going to see him in the same. Eventually I do think he'll get back somewhere, but I just don't know where. I don't know when.
I've never seen someone who's been accused of anything like this online ever, like, come back from it. Even when they've had their name cleared in a court of law, I've seen people go down with that. Even when they get marked for life, because there will always be people that, even though the court says one thing or another, will always agree. They will always have their mindset on it being the other way.
Well, I mean, there are cases of, and I think the Patrick Kane, and even Evander Kane, really, hockey a few years back, there was a couple of high-profile rape cases, accusations that came out that the guys beat, you know, and Patrick Kane got nothing. He got nothing. Like, he really did not get much backlash. He got a little bit at first. He got taken off of a game cover, I think, stuff like that. But after a while, like, not even all that much time passed, that first season, after that, no one really talked about it again. He was fine. Even competed for a MVP, you know. So, I mean, it can't happen. It just this makes it a little bit different because it's technically underage and all of that. There's a lot. We're not 100% sure. Flo and Blackie. Oh, that sounds not good. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. He wasn't defending himself because he wanted to keep kayfabe. I call bullshit, Mr. Clark, and fuck you. Well, no, I don't. I can't say that, Flo. I can't say that. I can't say that. I think, for me, that is an acceptable reason, personally. If you don't want to explain something because you're trying to keep your character, if I believe strongly enough that I didn't do something, if I can prove I didn't do something, if I know I did not do something that should cost me my job, I'm going to fucking try, especially when it's in an entertainment-based industry, and he's a guy who doesn't break kayfabe anyway, from much what I know. So that's consistent at the very least. I can't say that's bullshit. It could be bullshit. It's one of those excuses that feels like it could go either way, because it could. Right, Nixie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
I would think so.
It's very difficult to determine any kind of right or wrong here, just because, I mean, to me personally, I wouldn't be involved with people of that age bracket. That's just personal for me, though. Like, I understand you're saying that in wrestling that happens and that's all pretty normal, but especially if you get burned once by something like that, I think you're pretty foolish to go and do it again.
It's just another one. Yeah, it's just one of those things. I don't know. I have a hard time with agreeing with that. Because in wrestling, you're always going to be around these younger guys that are coming up in the industry. It's almost unavoidable. You're just never going to talk to anybody. You're not going to help another kid out in the piece. They bring these kids into the performance center. It's just, I understand what you're saying. I just think in this situation, it's something that it's a double standard, because it in almost any other situation, it would be something that you have to follow. You're 100% right. But in this, because that's part of what they do, it's a little different. But I do understand what you're saying. Remember Cena said he was the one he did. Cena said another stupid thing recently. Oh, because he said Taiwan was a country. The only stupid thing he did was suck the Chinese dick afterwards. Congratulations, he's LeBron. Is it really that big of a deal that he fucking said that Taiwan was a country? Really? Really?
That just seems like such a like a numpty thing to say. Like, anyone could accidentally say something.
You gotta get down on your knees and suck the dick. You gotta go on. You gotta go on Twitter and suck a cock. You gotta suck a big fucking cock on Twitter. You gotta put the small Chinese dick in your mouth. Why?
It's not fair to expect just because he's a celebrity that he's not allowed to fuck up and say something wrong every. Oh, come on, it's just ridiculous. That's the sort of shit I would say by accident and not knowingly be insulting. I would be like, oh, that's this, and then people would be like, no, and I'd be like,
all the time. This wasn't like Daryl Morey. You know, this isn't like somebody who was speaking out against the Chinese government. He said Taiwan was a country. He said the country of Taiwan, I believe, something like that. That's what he's sucking at Chinese. That's a major apology tour. He needs to be trending all day on Twitter because of that. I don't give a fuck what the relationship is with China and Taiwan. I don't give a fuck. It still doesn't need to be. You're telling me a star the size of John Cena needs to go on his social media and apologize to China? You can't just call China and say, "Yo, China, sorry, dog." This is stupid.
Since when have countries been so easily offended that one complete random person in the world can insult you that much that they have to go on social media and beg for their forgiveness?
Oh, it's not new. It's not new.
Though.
The Sicilians and Italians. I know Sicilians and Italians that'll stab you if you call them the wrong one.
Oh, yeah.
Sicilians more than Italians, but still. Fucking Sicilians, man.
Anywho, you still have two callers. Would you like me to drink one?
Who are they?
You've got Mr. Cake Dragon Man, who's been waiting a long time.
Yeah.
And you've got IVX. Ivix.
I'm just trying to debate which one I want, because I'm petty and I want to fuck with both of them, to be honest. I want to make Cake Dragon Man wait longer, but I also want to be a dickhold IVX. So it's hard for me. I guess we'll just do it the right way. We'll let Cake Dragon Man come in. Come on in, bring him in.
And he's in.
All right, talk to me while I rip this thing. But if you guys want to support the channel, the link's in the fucking thing. We're doing rips. Feel free to support. Check out Trash or Treasure. We'll be on Twitch after as well. All this blah, 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 blah. Cake Dragon Man, you're here. Thank you for waiting. I don't feel bad for making you wait.
Hello. Long time no see.
That's your first line?
Yeah, it's my first fucking line.
It's a terrible opening line. Terrible. Did you call me a cuck? I'll cuck you. I will have sex with your mother, your sister, your girlfriend, your wife. I don't give a fuck.
I have none of those. I have none of those things, and my mother is in a wheelchair, and
that just means
to care for
that just means she can't get away. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay. So, I was very interested in the discussion with
Hey,
Velveteen.
speaking of which, before you go on, real quick, do you know what the do you know what the one bad thing about having sex with somebody in a wheelchair is?
Oh dear
I
God,
mean,
are we doing this?
either A, they can't run from you if they don't want it, or B, something about a sexually transmitted disease.
No, you can't do it outside when it's raining because the wheels will rust. All right.
Fuck you.
What? What did I say?
Son of a bitch.
Is your mom really in a wheelchair?
She is.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were fucking with me. I
was not fucking with you on that part.
But I am sorry. But you do know it's all in jokes and it's all in good fun. And I
yeah,
would
of
never
course.
mean
I've
anything
been
bad about your
fucking
mother.
following you
I'm
since
telling all
Catch
these
33.
fuckers in
You're
there.
fine.
I don't know
You're
if you're
fine.
gonna grow a vagina. You might grow a vagina. I don't know.
That's right.
All right, continue on.
Yeah. Continuing with the whole bullshit with a Velveteen Dream, aka the biggest waste of potential that I've seen in a long time. I just have to just agree with pretty much everybody saying that Velveteen Dream really fucked himself. Like, this whole situation just is just a mess, just an absolute fucking mess.
There is a way out, though. If that first bullet point turns out to be true, if that first bullet point, and they can prove that one kid convinced the other kid to make an accusation, this whole thing goes away.
Oh, for sure. Like, that's the thing. Like, Velveteen was one of my favorite fucking wrestlers in NXT, so hearing that he did all of this shit is just disgusting and really, really sad. But the fact that he was at least able to prove himself somewhat, though we don't have any fucking citations or any of that shit. Like, that's what's fucking, like, iffy with me. And it's like with the whole thing with fucking, like, other celebrities that have done this, like, hell, voice actors even with the whole Vic Mignogna bullshit. That's another fucking subject.
God,
like, no one wants to give citations. And also, if someone is doing stuff like this to you, why are you not going to the fucking police? Like, I don't understand this.
Because there was, so that's the thing. That's another aspect that we got to talk about this. Is this a big deal? Is any of this, because here, has anyone read anything sexual? Honestly, has anybody read anything sexual? Like, I haven't. I really haven't seen anything too much that was like sexuality. Did he fuck these kids? Is there any?
Like,
is there any,
that's the thing. Like,
it goes
with
back to you saying earlier about what was he being accused of soliciting with Jacob with, because he said about a picture. He also mentions that a picture of him from his own personal use and his own private app, which let's face it, that's going to be Tinder or some fucking
Grinder.
Yeah, more than likely Grinder. Let's be
like
honest. Probably Grinder here, kids.
It's gonna be a picture that's completely inappropriate to send to a younger guy, and whether or not it came from Grindr or he fucking sent it to the kid, like at this point he's accusing the chat. He's accusing the chat with this kid to be faked, that he didn't have these conversations and they're fake. So what he's then implying with that, which again could be emotional, or it could be manipulation on the fact that he's already setting it up in our mind to think that way. But it could be that he's saying, okay, well, they're saying that I sent this picture, but I didn't send that picture. I put that on Grindr.
Right.
No, I put that shit on Grindr. Me, professional wrestler, Velveteen Dream, just flopping my dick out.
Maybe he doesn't.
I mean, wrestlers fuck. Let's be fair.
Absolutely. Maybe he doesn't need. Maybe he doesn't need to do all that yet, though. There is the possibility that he has everything that he needs to defend himself. And
exactly. That's the thing.
See, that could also be another reason why he's not talking about it. Because if it is ongoing in court,
like, look at like fucking what's his name? He used to be a part of Screen Junkies. That guy, he had to wait. Like, his lawyers literally told him, "Hey, you can't say this shit yet.
You gotta wait a little." I'm not even talking about from that type of a standpoint. He put together such an unbalanced manifesto.
That's what it was.
So strong. Hold on. Let me get through this. Part of it so strong where it seemed like he was going to go on to the full attack, where he was giving away what his defense was going to be. And then parts of it are so bad that they border on, whenever somebody tries to bury the lead by thinking that if they get out in front of it and they say the big buzzwords like manipulation and all of that, that we won't think that it is that because it's already out. No. Most of the time, that backfires. And that's exactly what happened here because it's the first thing that you think about is, oh, shit, this is that type of manipulation. Now, there's also another way to go about it. You could simply perceive something to be manipulative, but it could very be entrenched in reality. You know, just because something feels like it's a choice that's going to doesn't mean that it's not the actual choice that's at hand either. Yeah, there's so much here, and that's the problem ultimately with his statement, is that it just doesn't focus your thought enough. When you leave it, your mind is asking about 17 different questions, and you don't want that if you're the one trying to defend yourself. You want to get them focused on as few things as possible, and that's where he failed.
Yeah, that's like you are your own worst enemy, especially when it comes to shit like this. Like an allegation is being posted against you. You have to make sure that every single fucking thing that you have is cited, and that you have to fucking have evidence of you being like, I never fucking talked to this kid about his pee-pee or whatever the fuck. Come on. What are you, insane? What am I, a fucking idiot? But that's the thing. He kind of is a fucking idiot because there's the fact that he fucking let all of this shit happen and he wasn't careful. That's the thing. You need to be careful with the type of shit that you say. Look at Jason fucking Riker. Yeah. He got into a bunch of trouble for saying shit about Black Lives Matter and all that.
Well, you know, his was a little bit different. So that wasn't a personal thing to somebody that could be misconstrued. This was just, you know, political. That at a time you can't be political. You know, at least not in one direction. You just can't be in any way, shape, or form. With the dream,
that's the thing.
And this is why the first part. Okay, see, I understand. And I know I lambasted him for the order of the I think the whole statement was he shouldn't have wrote it the way he did. But I lambasted him earlier for the order. The one thing I'll say that the order was designed to do was really, really focus on the fact that he was in character. And that's going to be his ultimate defense.
That's the
Anything
thing.
that he sent to him, I don't know. I don't know a lot of times where I could see that I saw Patrick Clark in the last few years. Do you know what I mean? Like
shit. Like if anything, you can use the Wayback Machine, and you can look at his tweets and see if he's telling the truth. Because I don't know if he deleted his Twitter or not.
I'm not sure, either, but I don't think he's not one of those. I know this. He's not one of those guys who uses his stage name and then his Twitter handles his fucking regular name. I know that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. It's such a crazy thing to me, and there's just not enough. There really isn't to make an informed decision onto what he did here, because we don't even know what he's really being accused of. It's anything from solicitation to, I've heard at times people say that he fucked the kid. I don't know that ever even came close to happening, but this statement doesn't clear that up for me at all.
I think the worst part is, like, now that we're getting like stories of apparently Velveteen Dream being an absolute cock backstage hurts him even more. So that's like going to go against him when he's like trying to defend himself. I don't want to fucking defend
He's just going to continue to say it's all kayfabe. I mean, it's not that it's going to get accepted, but I mean that's going to be his defense. If it's anything else, he's an idiot. You've gone with the kayfabe defense. You have to continue the kayfabe defense and hope to God that someone can't blow a hole in it. That's it.
Yeah. You just gotta think. You just gotta hope and pray that whatever promotion you go to, they're fucking idiots. Like how Alberto Del Rio is still wrestling.
Oh no, Alberto Del Rio might still be wrestling somewhere, but he is very much on the verge of being very locked up.
Let's I don't want to say let's hope, but I mean
he's got a couple of real good ones still out there that every time that he puts out a new statement, you know, talking about Paige, I just like, man, that guy, whew.
The world of professional wrestling will be very bad for me if and when I join.
Oh God, yeah, I could see that. Yeah, good. Why would you want to enter that cesspool? Why? I almost did, but why?
Because of the fact that like professional wrestling has such a dark side, no pun intended.
That's why you want to go into it?
But you can make such great fucking stories and put yourself through all of the bullshit and trials and tribulations, and you feel great. I was at a tryout. I went to the tryout for Coastal Championship Wrestling, and I wanted to do it. I felt great. I felt like there was purpose in my life, and that's probably why a lot of people want to be professional wrestlers.
Passion.
For some people,
that's different. Now you're talking passion.
You got passion, kid.
Now you're talking passion. The word you're looking for, the survey says, passion. Ding, ding. Yeah, passion's the word. Now, that is something that I could fucking dig on. Now, it sounds like
that's the thing.
Passion.
I have a passion. I have
go.
stories that I can tell. There are rivalries that you can have. Even if you become a fucking jobber, you can still tell the story that you want to tell. Even no matter who's writing your shit, it's the shit that you want to do. If you have enough passion to be a wrestler, you can do it. And I think
you could do that with anything, too. This day and age, look, I mean, I do it every day right here. You know, I cut promos on this fucking show constantly. It's all I do. You could do that in different forms. Now, if you want to add the physicality, now then you're talking professional wrestling. Or you could also be talking about the circus.
I want to add the physicality. That's the thing.
Well, how big are you?
I would like to say 5'10".
You would like to say 5'10", but so you're actually 5'7".
I'm 5'10". I'm 5'10".
No. You would like to say 5'10". That means you are anything but fucking 5'10". Why would you? I'd like to say 5'10". Sounds like me.
Making me sound like fucking Shorty G.
I used to fucking say on a good day 5'10". On a real good day, actually 5'11". I used to be 5'11" when I was in the Army. Now I'm like 5'10" if I'm slightly tiptoed.
That's pretty lit. Well, I do hope whatever happens, if Velveteen if Patrick's innocent, then good for him. Best in his future endeavors. If he did the shit that he did, fuck him.
How
Honestly,
much
that's
weigh?
my 258 pounds.
What wrestling school are you gonna go to?
Coastal Championship Wrestling's wrestling school.
Shut up, Nixie! No one else saw it.
School
no
I
one
go
else
to?
fucking saw what I was doing, Nixie, you asshole! Nobody else! God damn you, bitch! I had such a good thing
She
going.
fucking ruined the joke. How dare
asked for
you?
a picture and everything. I hate you, Nixie! Get out of my
Damn it,
brain!
Nixie.
My
You ruined
Lannister
it.
twin, she fucking sniffed it out. You're the worst. That was so good. She sniffed it right out.
Yes.
It's fucking epic. Good job, Nixie.
That was great.
I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you so much for having me.
You have a good one.
Come back when you're famous, because
So
Dave would love to interview you.
Yes,
there's
a lot
love
of
to meet me.
I want to meet and greet you.
He's got some pictures.
Just want to say one thing before. Just want to say one thing before I go.
Okay.
Fucking Coastal Championship Wrestling's the best wrestling place in Florida.
You better fucking donate for that, you shithead. You better fucking donate for that. That free shit. Kick that son of a bitch out over the top fucking rope with that guy. What the fuck?
Later, dude. Love you guys.
You get out of here. I hope you take a stiff bump on a concrete slab. Patrick Glenn, Patrick fucking Glenn in the house. Holy God, what is happening? Come back to YouTube, and all the motherfucking people come back out. That's a crazy one. I'm Patrick Glenn.
God damn. So we've got IVX in the chat.
Bring him in.
Ready?
Bring him in.
You're on with Dave. Hello there.
Hello.
What?
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 I mean, you're making Velveteen Dream out. You're making this dude out to be like he's Pat Patterson.
I'm not making him out to be nothing. What do you make of it? Because I see a disoriented mess of a story that we know nothing about. Still, we know nothing. What happened? That's what I'm saying. I don't know if he did anything. I will say the brother's weird. I will say that, and I don't know if going on the kayfabe narrative is the smartest thing. But what do you see?
What I see is, as myself have been accused of certain things, but that's beside the point.
I've been false accused, man. I understand. I think more people have been false accused than you would ever fucking realize. I think it is normal. I think it happens fucking all the time in the micro and the macro. I think it happens constantly. I know so many people that don't want to talk about it, but when push comes to shove, almost everybody I fucking know has some sort of a story. It's bizarre to me, and yet people do not talk about it. So weird. But go ahead.
Of course. So I think that he made a mistake releasing that statement as is. What he should have done is had somebody edit it, have a lawyer look at it, because
yeah, I was going to say that too. I was thinking the exact same thing. If you've waited this long, why wouldn't you have like a lawyer look at it first and just sort of go, you know what, you might not want to say it that way or do this or do that. No, I agree with you, dude.
Because when I was going through my situation, my lawyer was like, first of all, shut the fuck up. Second,
and he
second,
did that. He shut up for months. We haven't heard anything from this guy.
No, I mean that could have been an advice from the lawyer to shut the fuck up, move the fuck on.
Makes this even worse, because this is not a good. This shouldn't have been his first statement since he came back.
And that disjointed mess of a statement, I get that he was just basically trying to pave the road to get to that point of saying that person number one talked to person number two, and then that's how we ended up in this situation.
The only thing that I can come up with as to why that he would put it so deep, like it's towards the end of the fucking whole statement. The only reason that I can come up with why he would do it is because he doesn't have much to back it up. And that's a problem. If that's the reason, that's a problem. He's going to get buried. If he can't prove that bullet point, he's never coming back to a professional standpoint in any way. He just can't. He has to prove that bullet point. Has to.
He's not. He's going to end up being like I'm trying to think of an absolute nobody. He's gonna end up being like an Ian Rotten.
There you go.
I mean, minus all the hardcore mess, but
right.
But he's just going to be doing $35 night shows.
Yeah, if that, he may not be able to draw that. The crowd turned on this guy quick after the accusation, and the funny thing is, there's still who really knows what he's being accused of? Like nobody. You heard things happen. That's all we all heard. That's all we know. So weird.
Yep. And that statement really didn't clear very much up.
Nothing. It cleared nothing up. The only thing that I know is Velveteen Dream was very serious about being Velveteen Dream. That's all I got.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a fair statement. He definitely tried to make sure that everybody knew that. That was his opening statement to that statement as well.
Because he has to disprove the voice clips. He's got to provide an explanation, and it's the only one he has. Now, the only good thing is it could be the truth. It could be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But would he not still have those voice clips himself?
You would think so.
Because if they're not damning, then why wouldn't you just release them?
I think they have been released, or some of them have been released, I think. But I don't know. Like I said, it's just one of those stories where nobody seems to really fucking know anything.
Yeah, so much of it flew under the radar that there's not a lot of information out there to really go on.
And typically, these are the stories that I won't talk about. But his statement was fucking fascinating. Fascinating on a whole bunch of different levels, man. That shit was weird.
Yeah. It's a lot to unpack.
Ivy, is he a kid fucker or what?
Probably not.
Yeah, I agree with that. So aside from Velveteen...
But did he skirt the line?
Yeah. Well, you think he's gay? I mean, not that they have anything to do with each other, but just in general, you think he's gay?
That's his business.
I don't think he's. See, I think that he's not only gay. He's got to be like sick degenerate, like fucking with it, like real crazy shit. Like he's got to
see now you're putting him in Pat Patterson territory.
Well, I mean, shit. There's got to be no. See, he was Pat was still just gay at the end of the day.
No.
Pretty much.
Pat was like, you want to get over, you gotta let me,
Well, that's
get on top of me
Weinstein.
first.
That's Weinsteining it. But
No, that was Pat Patterson. That was Pat Patterson to a T.
And he Weinsteined it. He did. I mean, but it's not a lot of people made a huge deal about it. That was one of the weird ones. I'm wondering why why did that never catch the Me Too movement? Nothing.
I think it did to a point, but not very.
He's still
didn't go
working
very
with
far.
the WWE, or if he's not, he left not that long ago.
I think the thing.
No,
with
he
the
died
Me
in
Too movement
2020.
is-
Oh, he's dead. Yeah, he fucking died, right? Yeah, he died.
Yeah.
Briscoe was the one who was released not that long ago. He was with the company for a while, but he's still alive, right? Tell me Briscoe's still alive.
I think so.
But anyway, yeah, Velveteen Dream, I think, is probably he's got some real fetish skeletons hiding in that fucking closet. He did date Kathy Kelly, didn't he? Though, yeah, that's right, Zion. I think he did too. I remember hearing that because
That still doesn't mean that he don't that he doesn't
well, it'd make him buy.
offense and defense.
It'd make him buy.
Yeah.
I used the word gay. I wanted to clarify because some gays and bis would not like me arbitrarily using one for the other just because. So I wanted to make sure that I gave the proper respect. Like I give a fuck. Go have sex with a man. I don't give a fuck. All right. Anything else, IPX? You got anything?
No, I thought River was waiting, but All right, you gotta say.
What do you mean? Fuck you. But you read wrong on what do you mean? What was he right on? Nothing.
No, he said waiting.
Oh, waiting? Oh, I thought you were right.
He was in the waiting to call, but I think he gave up.
Why did he give up? Come in, you fucker. You big fucking pussy. I've been live for how long? Like 2 hours almost? Hour and a half?
95 minutes.
Nobody gives a fuck either.
God damn.
Everyone's an asshole. Is he coming in?
Rivy, are you there? What you doing? I saw you in the waiting for call. But
what do you want, you old fucking southerner? What?
What do you have against Southerners?
I have nothing against. I have something against that southerner.
Specifically.
Just him.
Oh, really? Don't think I will not hop on a plane and catch you slipping.
Don't fucking challenge me with a good time. Threaten me with a good time. Get your ass over here. Come fucking buy stuff at the Whatnot shop.
I would, but my girlfriend wants to come to the. She wants to go to New England with me, so.
Well, come bring her.
Like I said, we have to plan it out.
Plan that shit out. Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Bring an extra suitcase. You'll need it.
Yeah, right. I need a friend. Jesus Christ. I need a fucking break is what I need. I'm dying, man. Working my ass off, killing myself with this business. But we're growing. I'm selling a lot of stuff.
Good.
It's hard.
Good. You need to.
Yeah, I know. I gotta fucking finish paying off this goddamn debt. I'm well fucking aware. But I'm getting there.
Is Riveter gonna hurry the fuck up?
I don't think he's coming back. I think he's just trying to irritate me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure before he jumped into waiting to call, he typed in the chat, "Let's see how this goes."
I fucking All right, Ivy. We have a good one, my dude.
All right, take care.
See you later, buddy.
Bye.
Later.
Good call.
That seems to be all the callers for now, unless Rivy gets his ass in the waiting to call, but I doubt that he's going to. And I think he was just doing it to irritate you anyway.
Of course he fucking was. I don't care. All right. We got anything else?
I mean, I think that was the meat and potatoes, to quote Tea Maker, of the chat tonight. So,
we were actually worried that there wasn't enough to talk about.
I know we done like 90, nearly 100 minutes.
I don't know if any of it was good, but we did.
I feel like we got quite a lot of stuff covered there. I
got past the fucking distractions and all the fucking derailment. Yeah, it got real fucking good when I just got the ability to work. When I just get the ability to do my thing, my jizzy jam, my doggy style. They was fine then. It's good to be back. I do love doing this show. I miss coming on and doing Trash or Treasure.
It's been good scream therapy for you today too.
Yeah, people need I can't fucking yell at anyone that I really want to yell at, so I gotta yell at you guys. Shit.
Yay!
You know what they say about shit?
Rolls down. Yeah.
Rolls downhill. Hold on, let me see if I
rolling.
can keep on rolling, baby. I think I'm going to go down into the movie Discord. I'm going to listen to some music very loudly for a little while. If you guys want to come join me, feel free to do so. I appreciate you guys following me back over here to YouTube, keeping me into the 20s and stuff. I can't tell you how much it's done for my ego, and it's helped me continue to want to keep doing this because I think we can grow this shit back up. So thank you guys. Nixie, fantastic production job today, keeping me on track for the most part.
I try.
See, what we need is a full studio so you can shoot me with a tranquilizer gun when need be.
Oh, do you know how satisfying it would be to have a Nerf gun that I could shoot at you whenever you're getting off topic?
I thought you were gonna say, you know how satisfying it would be to shoot you with a tranquilizer gun.
I mean, that too, not gonna lie. And Signor Vrivi has returned to the waiting
good
pool.
luck fucking getting me to stay on topic. Good fucking luck there. Nerf gun ain't gonna get the job done.
I was about to say, well, that's what you're paying me for, but
he's already fucking too. Should I even let him in now? He fucking made me wait. See, made me wait. Now he's coming in here. See you later there, Wild Dog. I'm trying to end the show. Bring him in.
Bring him in. Rivi, you're on.
Hurry up. I'm trying to end the show.
Oh, no. Goosefraba.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Speak again.
What?
You were jibbing, dude. Big jib.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Do you have a quick query concern for Dead on Dave?
Just a couple of questions, and this is actually wrestling. I guess you'd say it pertains to wrestling. One, are you aware of a show that is being, I think it's being put out by A&E called Dark Side of the Ring?
Yeah, I've watched that for a while. Yeah, I'm not for me. Not my big thing. See, mostly because I know all the stories. And all the stories have been well covered in the past, and now I'm not a big fan of Dark Side now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I learned about it just like a day or two ago because I seen a post or whatever you want to call it by Dana, the Ultimate Warrior's wife. And they were asking her about, I guess, an upcoming episode.
Yep. And she said, nope, it's smut, it's garbage, and I will not be a part of it.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, I didn't know if, I watched a few of the first season's episode because there's a couple in there I wasn't familiar with. I knew about Bruiser
Is there a
Brody.
question in here? I'm just wondering, is there a question coming in this somewhere?
Well, that was it. If I didn't know if you were aware of that or not. That was the question.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. I was just wondering if there was something else in there. I just had no idea where we were going there.
No.
I love you.
And the other thing was, because at the beginning of the show, you mentioned Sergeant Slaughter. And
Maggot.
I didn't know. Yeah, Maggot. There's another show that is on right now called WWE's Most Wanted Treasure.
That is a very good show.
Okay. So the most recent episode was about Sergeant Slaughter and about going out and finding Iron Sheik's boot and things like that. Yeah, it's
I haven't
it's
seen
a
it.
pretty
Don't
good
tell
show.
me.
Okay, well, I won't tell you, but that's...
You already did. Now I know it's about the boot.
Well, hell, you could get that by reading the damn headline of it. Shit.
I didn't even know he was on it.
Oh, he's not, but whatever.
Nah. No, I like that show a lot. I think come on, that's you knew I was gonna like that show. Wrestling and picking, okay.
Yeah.
That's the job I need. That fat I'm a better fat fuck than that fat fuck.
Oh, the guy that they got going around doing it? Yeah.
He's fine.
You're a lot more but you're more entertaining. So
thank you. And I yell at you all the time and you still say that. So I know you mean it. That's good. I appreciate it.
Oh, I just figured that's more or less your love language towards me. So I just take it.
You just bring that out in me. I do love you though. Never doubt that. I just want to choke the ever loving shit out of you, man. I don't know why. It's just something about you. I just want to choke the fuck out of you. but in a good way.
Kind of back on, but kind of back on that dark side of the ring for just a moment.
Why not?
Like for
We've only been
example,
live for 2 hours.
Yeah, but okay. Like for example, I knew about Bruiser Brody being killed down in Puerto Rico, but I did not know about all the ins and outs about it. And I did find it interesting that they had people like getting to see some of the old wrestlers like Tony Atlas and oh God, what was that other guy's name? Dutchman, Dirty Dutch Mantel, and
good old
that was that was cool. And then, but anyway, it's like I say, it may not be for everybody, but those who are old farts like me that watch
the problem for me with Dark Side isn't the fact that it's about old stories. I mean, I did my own series on that. I predate that shit.
Okay.
I did a series on that.
Stole the
did
idea
you?
from you.
Yeah, they're still up there.
I'll have to go check those out.
I did a couple. I think I did like 2 or 3 episodes. Fake remembers that, I'm sure. I did like 2 of them, maybe 3. But I liked it, and I would talk about all the fucking weird shit. I think I did the Von Erichs because fuck yeah.
Well, see, now that you brought those up, I knew about like a couple of them, but I did not know about
the whole family.
It's
the whole fucking family. They're all fucked up. It's unbelievable. It's either they're cursed or they're evil. It's fucking crazy.
So the family from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, then?
Not fucking far off if you throw in a goddamn couple of sparkly uniforms and a ring.
Yeah. It's sad. It really is sad what that family endured.
Yeah,
And,
I mean, all jokes aside, look, there's a lot of stuff that is brought on by that family. They brought a lot of things on. There's a lot of dirty things with that family. And some of those guys who had awful things happen to them had it coming in one form or fashion. But it doesn't change the amount of shit one family has endured. Because that's not normal. It's every family member.
Well,
it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, okay, but if you go way back to the eldest brother who was like, I don't know, just a child, just a kid, and was electrocuted. So I mean that's
just
an innocent.
It's one thing weird after you, but that's what I'm saying. That's why it's like the family's cursed. It's like it's everybody. It doesn't matter if they're good, bad, or indifferent.
Yeah.
It's so fucking weird.
It kind of makes you wonder: is it a sins of the father type situation?
Right, right. Like some fucking maybe old lady had sex with a goat or something, and it was like the devil's goat, and the devil's like, you can't have sex with my goat. I'll fucking your family's gonna be fucked up, lady. I don't even know what I'm so mad that you fucked my goat. I can't even think of all the things that I'm gonna do to your fucking family.
Yeah.
First off, I know one thing. They're gonna be professional fucking wrestlers. There you go, bitch. Fuck my goat.
Plague on both your houses.
The man with 2 first names says, haven't watched in a while, but it's cool you aren't fat anymore, Dave. Good stuff. Thank
people
you.
are so tactful.
I think that's a compliment, right?
There's a compliment in there. Somewhere. Yeah, I am less fat. This is true.
There was one thing I'm going to ask your opinion on this. So one of the things that they brought, the very first match or very first episode that they did was on Randy, Macho Man Savage, and Miss Elizabeth, right? And the whole thing that they brought at the very end of it was, why hasn't Miss Elizabeth been inducted into the Hall of Fame?
Because she died with cocaine in her system. Real fucking simple. She died. She died being carried to a hospital by Lex fucking Luger. Real fucking simple.
God damn.
They don't want to tell the story. It's not that she did anything particularly bad. She died a terrible fucking way, but and there are stories that she wasn't particularly nice at times. But she didn't do anything particularly evil. There's nothing. There shouldn't be something exclusionary about the way she died. But the WWE simply doesn't like getting too awkward at certain points. Honestly, I was shocked they kept Tamina around. The only reason why they fucking kept her around is because her dad was unfit to stand trial. And then he fucking died. It was the only reason. Because they don't like that shit. When it gets to a certain point, they simply rather can't be fucking bothered.
Yeah, I just, when I was watching the episode and I was thinking back to the early days in when WWF.
That's what I'm saying, Philan. That's exactly what I'm saying. They didn't even add China in. That's what I'm saying. They added her now with DX or whatever capacity that they did, but they don't want to fucking tell that full story because it's so awkward. And for Triple H in particular, it's awkward. And he's done a good job of talking about it, I feel, to be fair.
Yeah. But Miss Elizabeth was like really one of the first female superstars.
Well, she was the first. She was the first transcendent female in wrestling. Especially
it wasn't
one
even
that didn't wrestle.
I was going to say didn't even wrestle. And
she really was the first lady of wrestling. There was no doubts about it. She was the queen. I loved Miss Elizabeth. She was so important to me growing up. She really was.
Yeah.
It broke me. And I could think the 2 or 3 specific memories with Miss Elizabeth alone that fucking broke me as a child, especially when she went to WCW, especially when she was with the NWO, and then especially when she went bad. Whoa. That changed things for me. When Miss Elizabeth started wearing those fucking hoochie mama dresses and shit, woo!
Hoochie mama.
Walking around with fucking Nancy Benoit looking good.
Yep.
God damn.
Yeah,
fuck both them. Both them dead. Fuck. Both them fucking died in the arms of a wrestler. Ain't that something?
Yeah.
Ain't in different ways, but ain't that fucking something?
Yeah.
Fuck. Lex Luger's not in the Hall of Fame yet, is he? They get him. They put him in yet?
I don't remember seeing him inducted, but
I can't. I want to say that maybe he was like really quietly a couple of years ago, but I'm not sure. Just something because I remember his skinny. He got real skinny. I know he's super skinny. And it's terrifying to look at him. I saw him on Pawn Stars or one of those too. He was Barter Kings, I think it was. Terrifying.
Okay, according to the all-knowing Google, Lex Luger is not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So
anything they don't want to tell the story.
Yeah.
You know the one that I can't, and I'm going to get out of here on this, but you know the one that I still can't figure out why he's not fucking in? I cannot for the life of me. Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yeah, right?
Why is he not in?
Not a clue.
Makes no sense to me. He's arguably the greatest high-flying big man of all time.
And he was a good, I guess you would consider him a heel. I mean, he was.
Oh, Bam Bam, I absolutely. He worked face at times too. He would get if he was anywhere on the East Coast, if he was anywhere in New York, he was getting cheered because he owned New York. He owned Asbury Park.
Yeah,
that was not a gimmick. That was real. He would hang out in Asbury Park. Tommy saw him in Asbury Park. He saw him there. But it's crazy. It's a lot of crazy stuff. But I actually, I'm still friends with his son on Facebook.
Really?
Yeah,
cool.
I was organizing to get him in because when WrestleMania went to New Jersey, I was 100% sure that he was going in. So I started talking to his son because his son was going to definitely be a part of the Hall of Fame. And I'm like, look, if I can start talking to the kid, maybe we start liking each other. Maybe I can get an interview out of this. Maybe we can fucking talk. Who the fuck knows? Maybe I can get a story that nobody else could possibly get. So we still he hasn't unfriended me. So
well, cool.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about Vader, but I thought that for some reason I felt he did get in, but then I was like, man, don't say that because I don't know if he did.
Yeah, I don't know. I think some of them are just kind of overlooked.
Yeah.
They for whatever reason, and I don't know. I mean,
Zion Smith asks, any real advice for people wanting to be wrestlers, especially nowadays? Don't would be my first bit of advice, but if you really have to, I'm going to give you the worst piece of advice you're ever going to get as a professional wrestler nowadays. do not have a social media account. Be different. Be abnormal. Go against the grain.
Mysterious.
Yeah. Don't talk about being old school. Actually be old school. Don't have social media. It will help you in ways you won't even imagine. Don't have it.
Yep.
And the Undertaker doesn't count because he was already old, you know? He wasn't going to get it, and he got it anyway afterwards. He doesn't count. But don't get one. That would be my big one. All right, Rivy. Plug your stupid show and all that you didn't invite me on, that I was supposed to be on, and then you didn't fucking talk to me again.
Excuse me.
And then tried to blame me. I didn't
try. Listen, you, as well as Nixie and one or two others, have an open invitation. You know you always have a chair that is there, has your name on it. All you have to do is come in and sit down.
I cut a promo.
I know what you did.
There was an intent for me being there. There was a plan. And then I heard pop kiss from you the rest of the week.
Oh, so you mean I have to hold your hand?
You have to fucking, it's your show. You got to organize something. What do you want me to do? You know what? Fine. I'll do that. You want me to host your show? I'll take over. I'll host your fucking show. You want me to do that?
Oh, I don't. First of all, no, I don't need you
but your
to host my show.
It'd be the best ratings you've gotten. Be the best ratings you've gotten.
Well, that's beside the point. Okay, first of all. But no, I mean, I don't want to. I don't know. Bug, I guess, would be the lack of a better word. I don't want to just, So
I did a promo. Look, if I say I'm going to do something, here's the thing. Here's the reality. I'm going to drop the shtick. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I forgot, but it's because I didn't talk to you the rest of the week.
Well, in all honesty, it was a really busy week for me.
I figured you just forgot too. I figured you just forgot too. It wasn't a big deal.
No, I didn't forget, but it was like, when life finally slowed down long enough. Okay, I'm not gonna make excuses.
No excuses. Real simple. I'm just gonna give you the solution. We don't need to go through any of it. Here's the solution. In the future, when that happens, it could be 30 minutes before the show. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Just text me. Yeah. Just hit me up real quick.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
Fine. That's no problem.
Hey, what F button minimizes the screen? Shit. I just maximized the screen and I can't get out. Oh.
Try F11.
Joe Fada says, "Yeah, Dave, with wrestling content. Yeehaw! Looking good, boss. Keep her lit up the raw."
I don't have any money to keep the raw lit up. This is one of my last fucking bowls, and I'm broke as fuck. I had to. Since I couldn't get a moped immediately, I had to throw the money at my debt. I can't be sitting on any cash because I'm not responsible enough. Yeah. I will spend it on something, probably weed. Because it's the only thing I need. I don't even fucking need food anymore. I just need to calm this fucking pain down because it's not letting up. I had to throw it at that, but it's because I'm also making money right now, and I may have a really good offer on the table for my cards tomorrow. So I'm hoping I sell those, and then I can still buy the moped and all that good stuff. But unfortunately, weed is now in the back burner as far as priorities go. But I don't know how that's gonna work out. We'll find out. We'll see. We'll see if I'm laid up in a bed in a couple of days. Who fucking knows? But thanks for being here, Rivy. You have a good night.
Yeah. You too, buddy. Good night.
Peace.
Later, Nixie.
Bye, Rivy.
Fucking of course she has to say goodbye to you.
Of course.
So
for my first official show.
It is your first official show, and I want to thank you for being here on your first official show. How do you feel after finally having your first official show?
I know, right? I mean, this is amazing. I'm starstruck. I don't know what to say.
I think you can't stop. Here's the thing. I can't stop looking at me because I'm so attractive. I can only imagine that you can't stop looking at me. I can't believe how I look. I got to be honest with you. Maybe it's just because I'm a little blasted, but I'm looking at the screen and I'm like, how the fuck do I look like this right now? This is kind of fucking crazy.
No, I said to you when we started, you are shrinking, but when you see me, you grow.
Only in my pants, Nixie. Only in my pants.
Anywho,
Hey, you
no,
fucking
you're
lobbed it in there. I had to knock
You're
that.
looking good. You're looking good. You're looking good. Take the fucking compliment. You're looking good.
Hey.
Hey,
Hey.
hey,
Hey.
hey. Hey now.
Hey now. Where's Carl? This is what dreams are made of. All right. We're going to get out of here on a nice big fat rip. Thank you guys. 2 hours of I don't know what it was. I hope it was good of some kind. It's definitely not going to get monetized. I can tell you that. My last one didn't. This one ain't.
Goddamn.
I ain't making it. See, this is the thing, guys. This is how you know I really, really, really did this for you. I'm making no money off this. There was no financial benefit in coming back to YouTube. None. I have spent the last 7 months building Twitch. That's where the money is. I came back to YouTube, honestly, because I missed you guys. I missed doing this. I love this channel. I love what I built here. So many people were integral to making this, and it deserves a better send-off than just leaving. And even if I was building another business, it doesn't matter. Leaving it like that was not the right thing to do. So I'm back to make this right. And the first thing I'm going to do is get this channel to 10,000 subs. That's the first thing we're doing. Unfinished fucking business. Now, I'm going to walk away after that at some point. Don't know when, but we're going to get there. You guys deserve that. You guys have earned that. You've been with me, and I'm glad to be back here, and I'm appreciative for those of you who has tuned back in. And I hope you're enjoying what we're doing. I hope you like all the versatility. Every show is going to be a little different, and they are going to come more frequently. Some will be with Nixie. Some won't be with Nixie. There's a very good chance I'm going to do a show tomorrow. Very good chance. Who knows?
Ooh, nice. And remember, you can follow Dave on Twitch, which is free, by the way.
Free.
And you can sub with an Amazon Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, you can link them and then get a free sub. Like, there's all kinds of ways that you can support the Twitch channel.
Yes.
And yeah, it's good fun. And Dave streams most days. He is one of the only people I know who goes and does a full day's work, comes home, and then does another full day's fucking work on stream. So get the
guess what with a financial benefit. He just donated $10. The asshole actually put the comment as, here's the financial benefit. Thank you. You know the world is in chaos when fake ass twat is donating money.
Is this what you want, people? Do you want fake to be the leader in the donations? Just saying.
Want?
Just saying. Is that what you want? Is that what you want this channel to become?
Should we go to Twitch?
We should.
Because I don't feel like being done, but I mean, like, we're not even doing this shit. I'm about to just fucking get high. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. All right.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up.
Come hang out.
Come hang out. I'm going to go right into the Discord right now. I'm going to take this rip in there. We're going to listen to some music and then probably go to Twitch. All right. Thank you guys very much. Fake, you're the man, the myth, and the legend. You're awesome. I appreciate the schmeckles. Everybody else, you're great too, but not as great as Fake. Only because he paid for it. Have a good night. I appreciate everybody. See you later. Keep it copious. And remember, as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends like the beautiful, the talented, the wonderful Nixie Nax. Find her on the Twitch. Find her on the YouTube. You have YouTube?
Yeah, I do.
Find her on the YouTube. Find her everywhere else.